Should you use ChatGPT for your PhD thesis or PhD hypothesis or PhD working documents? The answer is no, you shouldn't. PhD is a process. It's a creative act of writing from you. You should understand it because you're going to get questions from the committee who's going to question you on the subject, on the matter. And also, ChatGPT is not a solution. It never was meant to be. It's a tool. It's a tool to help you start thinking. It's a tool to get you some new ideas. It's not a tool to write complete batches of text that you can just copy paste or just save as a finished document. That being said, I know there's a lot of commercial solutions for AI power writing whole documents and books and ebooks and research papers and researching and so on. You should not put your trust into that products, no matter how good they are or are going to be. Because you need to do your own reasoning as a human, whether good or bad, whether flawed or flawless. You should do them on your own fort, on your own turf. Because once you get to defend your thesis, you're going to be questioned. If you didn't write the arguments, if you didn't consider the arguments for yes or for no very carefully, you're going to have a lot of trouble defending your thesis or your ChatGPT thesis, so to speak. If you, however, helped yourself with ChatGPT to get some ideas, some bonus argument points, and you then fleshed out these theses, these arguments in your own words, you will have written that argument. It will be stuck onto your skin, with you bled that words in the PhD thesis, so to speak. So no, you should not use it as an end product, but yes, you should use it as a tool. However, you should use it as a tool like any tool can be flawed. Can be, can be short-sighted, can be like without citations, incomplete. It's meant to get 20% done. It's meant to get you started thinking, where to research, how to think about it, and so on. Sometimes it will even fail you completely. And you will be better off talking to your grandma because you just need a soundboard. But never, and I mean never, rely on it for finishing a final product. Of course, there has been like stories where somebody did ChatGPT write a research paper or seminar paper, but these are relatively short, first of all. And then secondly, they are usually on the undergraduate level, where the level of, so to speak, scientific expressions is different and, according to the scientific community, academic community, lower in terms of acceptability. When you are writing at a PhD level, it's writing at an academic level, you should be upping your game. You should be upping your language, you should be upping your argumentation, you should be upping your reasoning, and you should be also documenting it better. So ChatGPT is not something I would advise you. I would strongly advise you against it. Also, don't put it in references and citations, because that's not helpful. If ChatGPT scrambled the idea somewhere, you should find out where he scrambled it from and get the citation right. Because most often, perhaps that citation is even wrong. I've had, glimpses into ChatGPT where the citations actually were understood not according to the essence that was written or provided. It was the opposite. So keep that in mind also. It's not your paper if some artificial intelligence wrote it. It's even if you wrote the prompt. A PhD is a creative process. Last but not least, you will get caught because the plagiarism programs are getting better and better. And because in the terms of PhD and the process, you're going to be writing a lot of documents. And these documents are written in a style that's unique to you. And if you're using ChatGPT all the way, and it's gonna not differ in the style, ChatGPT differs in it every time you open a new chat. And also it varies from day to day. So when they check what you are writing normally and what you have written as a PhD, chances are that the new mechanisms will just pick up on that, and it will clearly state that ChatGPT has written a portion or a big chunk of your PhD thesis. So don't get caught on that. Don't get caught because you didn't feel like writing 6 paragraphs. and your whole PhD degree will be voided because of that. Don't do that to yourself or your efforts that you have put in or your money that you put in. You know, be careful what you do. And PhD process, obtaining a PhD degree is a process. So, take your time. Don't be in a hurry. And even if you're really quick, even if you're in a hurry, take your time to write. Of course, some will be faster, some will be slower. I wrote that big chunk of my PhD quite fast. It was like in a month. But then I had to flesh it out. I had to refine it. I had to chisel it out. I had to redo the citation because I failed at that. I had to redo the arguments. I had to restructure it. A lot of work afterwards. But I felt really accomplished once I had written the first draft, even though it was scrapped, because I knew a large chunk of work has been past me and I needed to refine it now. I was in the refining work and I need to add something and so on. But I was feeling confident that I'm progressing. And that's just psychologically. I could have written even small chunks of it and then feel proud of it. But for me personally, I felt really accomplished when I handed in the first draft, even though I knew it was going to be crappy evaluated, because I needed some back reference about what to add, what to not, and so on. And think about it like this: ChatGPT will not offer you a critic. It will offer you just some generalized ideas that mostly you could get better off talking to your wall, because it's just a soundboard usually. So that's my view on it. You can of course risk it, but I wouldn't advise it. And that's from a lawyer and from somebody who's been using ChatGPT quite a lot for getting new ideas. So, and even before ChatGPT was a thing, I did my research with the LLM models and AI models. So I kind of know what I'm talking about. But you can, of course, take your chances. I don't advise it to you.